Thank you for joining in on the very first presentation for the Marquette University Applied Financial Innovations Program. Today, we'll be analyzing a cryptocurrency called Polkadot, which aims to unite all other blockchains in a decentralized internet. Polkadot is a nominated proof of stake layer 0 blockchain, designed as the bedrock that layer 1 chains like Bitcoin and Ethereum communicate through in the transition to a decentralized Internet 3.0. The network is built on a vision that an efficient future will require several blockchains with differing capabilities, with hundreds running in harmony. Polkadot fixes major issues that have hampered the adoption of blockchain, such as interoperability, scalability, upgradability, and security. It was developed by Ethereum co founder Gavin Wood and launched in 2020 under the nonprofit Web3 Foundation. Analysts have projected that the blockchain tech market will grow to $6.25 billion in 2025 at a combined annual growth rate of 32%. The issue with widespread adoption of current technology is that the Bitcoin and Ethereum networks are siloed from other blockchains and transact in a singular pipeline. The difference with Polkadot is that it uses parallel chains and can transact shards in parallel instead of through a singular fashion. Right now, we've reached 1,500 transactions per second, with 150,000 at scale with full parallel chains running. Nested relays also give the potential for over 1 million transactions per second in the future, and they exponentially grow faster as the network scales. Next, I would like to go over some of the technology that allows the network to operate. The relay chain is at the heart of the network and serves as the base layer. It has minimalistic architecture to keep operations robust and unconstrained. Validators bond their DOT tokens to the chain to confirm incoming transactions, rather than through a mining system. The relay chain coordinates and secures the entire system while linking the consensus governance piece. Parachains are unique individual layer 1 blockchains that run on the network through parallel connections to the relay chain. Unlike other networks like Ethereum, these parachains do not have to function at the same level as DOT does, so they have their own unique customization. They can also transfer native currency as well as arbitrary data in parallel with each other. Bridges are special parachains that allow external blockchains, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, to communicate with the network. For example, imagine you had an insurance, IoT, and Oracle chain that were all bridged together, and you purchased flight delay insurance. The policy could be triggered to pay out a stablecoin if the Oracle chain sees that your flight was delayed, while the IoT chain confirmed that you were checked into the terminal on time. Next, I would like to go over some of the pieces that allow parachains to connect with the relay chain. Collators are the first piece to interact with the parachains or bridge networks and collect all forms of data to be validated and stored as blocks. On the other hand, validators validate and secure the blocks to the relay chain while voting on network changes. You can state your doc tokens to the network and receive a reward of up to 15% annual interest in lieu of a mining operation. Nominators stake to the network and nominate the validators, ensuring that they are within compliance of the system. They receive a portion of the validator's payout. And finally, fishermen report malicious behavior to validators across the entire network. And if malicious behavior is caught, the validators could incur a slashing fee. One of the most exciting parts of the DOT network is that since it uses nominated proof of stake and running in parallel doesn't incur any more electricity costs, it only uses zero point 0.8 terawatt hours annually. In comparison, Bitcoin uses roughly 90 and the Ethereum network uses 44. Security is a major factor in this network and allows developers to share with the relay chain security right away. Creating your own security system is a major issue for people developing their own blockchains, and this cuts down on that need instantly. Additionally, with the nominator and validator system, bad actors have their stake currency slashed as a fine if malicious behavior is caught. The governance system is another key piece. It has a majority voting system weighted by your individual stake in the network, and network upgrades are decided through proposed referendums. The nice piece about this is that most blockchains require forks or hard forks to the system that split up the entire network and transaction history and can take months to achieve. This system is entirely upgradable with seamless patches able to be integrated. To reach a fundamental value of a cryptocurrency, multiple new methodologies were created. The first was a sum of parts model, with the initial part being a 5-year DCF using a 23.1% terminal growth rate tapering, as well as a 24% weighted average cost of capital. The weighted average cost of capital was calculated by a beta running DOT's price value against the CMC 200, an index for cryptocurrency, as well as inputting a 14% risk rate and using the risk rate of a T bill infused against the Bitcoin third and first month futures. This reached the approximation that free cash flows account for 23% of current DOT value. Relative transaction speed was the second piece, weighted on market cap, with an IP value of 116.85% at a 20% discount. This reached a 39.3% overall upside. Next, for peer evaluations, a market value to relative value was calculated, which takes the current market value against the cost basis of where all the coins were purchased. In a raising tax environment, this achieved a 111.8% upside against a 1.6 times peer average. Finally, a transactions in 24 hours over network supply was calculated with a 2.79% upside and a 3.9% peer average. These models were weighted 20, 40, 40, with the peer valuations being higher, reaching a 53.9% upside on the current value of DOT and suggesting a buy. Dr. Gavin Wood is the co founder and former chief technology officer of the Ethereum project. He left it to create the vision for a truly decentralized internet, and in 2016 published the Polkadot white paper. Jutta Steiner was the former security officer of Ethereum and carries out much of the development on the Polkadot network. Robert Habermeyer is a co founder who has extensive experience in distributed systems and cryptography. Peter Sabin serves as chief technology officer and holds a master's of engineering degree from Oxford. In 2019, they launched a beta test network named Kusama and rolled out phase 1 of DOT on May 27, 2020. Polkadot 2.0 is still under research with the potential for both horizontal and vertical scalability through nested relay chain technology.